Okay, so our next speaker is Prof. Makoto Watanabe. He is currently the Vice President of Chiba University, Japan. He is in charge of the education and international affairs in the university. His major interests include industrial design, design management, and design expert system. Today, he will be giving a presentation titled as Evolution of Technology, Change of Design Process, and Transformation of Designers. Prof. Watanabe, you are on the big screen, and you may start your speech now.
Okay, so hello everybody, and thank you very much for the professors and the host. So to invite me ICTD again. Yeah, I remember 2 years ago, I also attended to this meeting. So at that time, I talked about the AI and design. So AI is coming into the design, and we will change our maybe attitude, I think. So today I'd like to explain about the design process, how changing the last recent 20 years, and how we're going on the designer from the viewpoint of the role of the designers. Okay, I will share my screen. Okay, so before talking about that one, I would like to explain about my university a little bit. It's so closely related to the design process. Yeah, our university is the oldest university in Japan, the design school that was started in 1922. The previous name was the Tokyo Polytechnic, not Chiba University. And yeah, we have a 99 years history. Actually, from the beginning of the previous preparation, now this year is 100 years. So if we have no COVID, so we are doing the celebration in this year in a new campus. The policy of our universities is focusing on products. So this is the principal, first principal, Sashi Matsuoka. He said the Tokyo Polytechnic mainly focusing on if someone design products, that should be going to be a smart. The smart means of beauty. So he imagined to necessarily to need a design at that time, 100 years ago. Okay. So at that time, the Tokyo Polytechnic have 6 courses: the wooden, plastic design, the precision, metalworking, the printing, graphic design. So you can already see the 4 courses are focusing on the manufacturing and product design. The 2 courses are focusing on graphic design at that time. So it's almost similar. I think that is nowadays the opposite. The graphic or interface or innovation design is more important in the design areas. Okay, so now Chiba Universities they restarted 73 years ago. So that we have 140 students at this moment, and the design is one of the faculty of engineering. So that means our design is focusing on is based on product design or manufacturing areas. Yeah, this is a very briefly history. The Chiba University total 149 years history from the beginning of the education and medicals. So technology started 1922 and 1990 years, and that was originally from the Tokyo Polytechnic. Okay, so from here is talking about the design process. So this is a current situation of our university. Yeah, I graduated also this university in the 1980s, actually 1984. So at that time, my classmates, all of the students go to the company as an in-house designer, the perfectly 100%. Yeah, someone drop out, but normally everybody goes to the company. And in the 2000 ages, 21st century, so it's going down to 80%, and now is almost 50%. And that means the reading the industrial design education in Japan is focusing on in-house designer. And we have 100 years history, and the producer of design education, of course. As you already know, the Professor Han is also our alumni. We have more than 300 faculty members around the world at this moment. Okay. All right, so role of the in-house designers in the 2000 up to the 2080s is a kind of the office persons who is charging about continuous product development and proposals. So normally design is a kind of two ways to doing the starting of designs. One is a demand, someone who would like to asking to the designer to design. The other one is the original ideas generating from the designers. But the in-house designer, no need to do both either. Because all of the days have to do the new design in the in-house. Because the company already fixed the manufacturing plannings. So it depends on the manufacturing planning. That means the sales plannings. So designer also follow how many designs, how many doings. I work for the watch company. So and the previously that was is almost 30 years ago. So at that time, no, it's actually 25 years ago. So we have to sell the new product. That's new design around 3,000 per year. Yeah, 3,000 per year. So that means every week there's 600 new designs, and we have around maybe 60 to 80 designers. So that means all of the designers have to design one or two designs per week. Only watch design. So there is some kind of a continuous product. So all of the times thinking about the design or thinking about the product and maintain the product and the development in the company. So that means in-house designer, in case of my previous company, the 200 designers working there. So that means the someone have to manage the who knows the design very well. That is very important things for all of the designers. And of course, the managing the designers, not only the managing the designers, but also the managing the design is a very important things, because the design department decide the design directions, which way to go. So in case of the watch design, is going to the more cheaper or the more high technology, or the more going to more high performances, the high brand. So finally, the Seiko at this moment is focusing on the high brand nowadays. But my age, around 25 years ago, is a kind of high technology. So it's a little bit different directions. Of course, the price is going to be the same, but the different directions, and also designer follow or designer emerging to the different directions concept. But nowadays, yeah, you can already see the most of the students studying only this one. So that is, I think that is one of the problem. So there, you are the planning for the service and design plannings. So not only the product, but also the services. That is very important to focusing on. And not only the designs, but also the hub for creative service and the product development. So for example, we had maybe 3 or 4 times collaboration with Alibaba. Alibaba have so many designers in the in-house. But not only the designers, but also the engineers or any others also working together and planning to the new service or product. I think, yeah, the Japan is also started in the 1998 is that one. But expanding the service and product development hub in the in-house design is maybe started from Samsung or LG. So it's a Korean company, much bigger than, because they had a in 1990, I remember that the Panasonic employed 600 designers at that moment, but Samsung maybe 3,000, 5 times. So they employed not only the designers but also the engineers, no, of course the psychologists, any other so many areas. Professionals work together in a design department, and design is going to be a hub for the creations. And now the Japan is also changing that one, is follow the Samsung or LG, I think. And the last one is the managing creative department. So not only the design, but also the creative is also important in the future. So they are planning to make some more and more details about service or service designs. Okay. So that means design changes from domain to systems. Yeah, previously, I already showed the Tokyo Polytechnic that started 6 areas. So you already see Udun is also one of the important course, because the Udun manufacturing is a very important industry in Japan at that moment, around 100 years ago. So when I was going to the university is almost 40 years ago. So industrial design, the product design or graphic design, space, interior, furniture, graphic. So no existed user interface, no existed innovations, no existed service designs. So that we just only study about area, the domains only. But nowadays, a student have to, unfortunately, study more and more, and service design, innovation design, solution design combine together. Because service is not only the hardware, but also the software. So that's including the interface, interactions, graphics. So that's so heavy to study, but designers, the role is also changing, not only design details, but also the emerging to the new or focusing, new values. Yeah, I think all of the students who is studying the design is already knows this is a very classic design process. And from here, the concept planning to the evaluation, that's the design department work around. And after that is a kind of the physical design teams. So it's mechanical design teams doing this one. And finally, the production, the launching is around the 12 months. Yeah, nowadays it's going to be 8 months or 4 months, 6 months. But this is a very classic one. The concept planning, the sketch, drawing, model making, evaluation, and transfer to the detailed drawing or the mechanical engineering sections. They are doing the design and the reproduction, pre-productions, and the inspection, and the final productions and launch. So planning and drawing, prototyping, evaluation by the users, and do the pre-production and the final launching. But nowadays, design process, the perfectly changed. So first one is such a kind of the function of the creative sections is vision making styles. So that is very interesting thing for me. So the vision making is the only concept planning, sketch, maybe 2 things, and combined to the any other service things. So it's including the service concept and solution design, service design, evaluation, and pre-productions. That means designer not necessarily to need to do the design, just only to making the vision and provide for the maybe clients. So yeah, one thing is very interesting. Sorry, the Fujitsu is a kind of electric company is a very, very strong in the technology. And they cooperate with Nikon. Nikon is, as you already know, the camera company, but they are very strong in manufacturing the very the small precisions. So they combine together. But Nikon designer is just only focusing on the camera design. So Fujitsu designers, guys, the Nikon engineers, and there is kind of optical technology and combined to the Fujitsu service technology together. So designer just only to maybe is a guide or the facilitation how to realize the visions. So that's the vision designs, but no design processes. Just visualize what kind of values or what kind of technologies or what kind of services available in the future. They combine together the electronic technology and optical technologies. So that is a vision design. And the other one is the prototyping and the verifications. It's that is done by the manufacturing company, for example, Toshiba, Hitachi, Mitsubishi, any other manufacturing company doing such a kind of new processes. So prototyping verification is very interesting. Compress all of the process up to the launching process together and make some kind of construction of prototypes and verifications together on the computers. It's easy because we already have the 3D technologies, AR, VRs, and rapid prototyping. And the rapid prototyping, not only the prototype, but also the rapid manufacturing is also existing. Imagine to do something and make and not prototype, manufacturing very easily, maybe a week or 2 weeks. Also combine the new services together. Easy operation to the using the very, very basic the function electronics inside, and do the experimental test for the users as soon as possible. So it takes about maybe around 1 month or 2 months to doing from the planning to the make something. So if that is okay, so the doing the manufacturing again and again, but no good. Normally is not succeed in our first time. So that's doing again. Yeah, you see again. So the finally that was is good. So the prototype is the final product. So that is very, very interesting. The previous design process, they make the prototype, evaluate, and they make actual product and evaluations. No twice process, just only once. So doing the prototype is the same as a product, and do the verification, so they combine together. So that means designer have to aware the all of the process, of course, but the previously imagine only, but nowadays the designer have to have some kind of responsibility. The manufacturing is more heavy and heavy. Yeah, of course, not only the one designer, but also any other engineers, professors also follow the designers. But that is kind of a teamwork. So not only the designers, but also the engineers, any others, they do together and they make a prototype and the verifications. So the perfectly changed the process now. So how you will do, but your advantage that you can do the design, that is very, very important. I think I also asking to all of the designers. But you have 2 ways, maybe the vision making and prototyping. Yeah, it looks like a similar or looks like the same, but the companies maybe directions are different from 2 things. So which one you're focusing on, that is one of the very important things for the all of the users. So our our university is also the planning to the making reconstructing all of the design process educations. So we are now setting up the Tokyo Satellite Campus is central Tokyo from last April, and that's a new one. It's just only between the Chiba University and Tokyo here. So if you have a chance, come to our university. And this is the real downtown is Tokyo. So that's the entrance, the photo. And this studio, the previously that's the gym areas. So we change the renewing, renovating that one. So this house is focusing on the simulations. The concept is simulate our future life, everything, all of the things. We have a kitchen, the library, drawing areas, the also bedrooms are also already set in these buildings, and do all of the simulations. That means we are focusing on the prototyping and evaluations. So vision is also can do any other places, but the simulation is necessary to need so many hardware. So we also prepare the hardwares here, and the focusing on to developing most recently new designers in the future. Okay, so time is coming. Thank you very much for my presentation, and thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Watanabe, for your inspiring presentation. Now we will have a 5-minute Q&A session. We have already got many questions from online audience. Now I'm going to pick 2 of these questions. The first question is, there are many different types of designers. They are different areas and focuses. So is it a must for all designers to adjust to the technology change?
I think still the design domain is still existing, and maybe each designers have some kind of advantages. Yeah, of course my area is product design, but I cannot design car designs. I'm just focusing on the small product is so related to the lifewares. So each designers have advantage, and but if you're interested in something, you're going to such a kind of areas, and you're going to be expert of the areas, not aware of everything, not aware of technologies, because now already the design is the teamwork. That you have to choose. If you're going to be a reader, you will choose the technicians or experts from any other areas.
Okay, all right. We have 2 other questions which are quite close. So I will ask as one question. In China, many designers work as a designer for a short time, like 3 or 5 years, and then change their job or role. So how about the designer's career life in Japan? And the second, pardon me, the second question is, do you have any suggestions for students who major in design? Thank you.
Okay, so I think nowadays is the Japanese system is almost destroyed over the burst, because previously you already see my classmate goes to the company as an in-house designer. It's the same as the office worker, any others. It's the same. But nowadays, and they work for the one company. Finally, I quit the company, but most of my friends is still working in the same company. So, but now the students changing their maybe their territory over the design works. So I think you don't have to keep that you are only 1 or 2 specialties. I think I suggest you to, if possible, you would like to change the 10 years, decade. Maybe imagine to that you were the future life, each 10 years. So that is more easy to going to be a managers or technology. Yeah, you said, I think Chinese, yeah, that's very, very heavy. I heard that. The 3 years evaluations also available in all of the companies. You have to imagine to how you will do the 3 years. And after that, you will change. But maybe you have to find your special areas. That is also depends on the domain is okay. The graphic design, product design is okay. Or the special product is also okay. For clothes design or the shoes design is also available, and also technology or the going to the AI auto driving systems or any others. So you should be find the areas. But I think if you are interested in the areas, that can be possible to continue. So that's very important. You have to enjoy to find that your design work in a company or in the house. Thank you.
Right, okay. Thank you very much indeed.